Think trading meme coins is just a gamble? Think again. I'm breaking down the top 3 strategies I use to turn $100 into $10,000 in just 30 days. I use BullX, GMGN, and Define.Fi. No fluff here, just results. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. To get started, since you can't really backtest meme coins, unfortunately, I started out trading altcoins. So that's what my kind of go-to is, but meme coins works as well. I kind of found out you need to, this is almost forward testing, but just so you're not risking a bunch of money in the beginning, you can either play with a little bit amount of real money, which I would consider probably around 1 sol. That would be real money to play with, just because you're going to have gas fees and things like that. This has to be real. If you wanted to start out and just practice test before you get started, make an Excel sheet or a Google sheet. Go in there and log down some trades. Say, oh, hey, I saw a coin pop up with these filters that I would have chose and bought in at this price for this amount. Did I win or lose, and how much money about? So for instance, I was trying to backtest TRX, I think it was on altcoins, but my TradeZella actually didn't have that coin. If you guys haven't tried TradeZella, it's pretty cool for altcoin backtesting. So I put in an Excel sheet and I did a replay back, which you also can't do on meme coins, but you can in TradingView. I did a replay back to, I think it was August, and just started testing out, just marking down, hey, what fib line it hit, what mark on the fib line it hit. Was the MACD bullish or bearish? Was it a higher high or lower low or neither? There's a money flow indicator as well in TradingView that I use. Was the money flow red or green? Were there more sells or buys coming in? What were my signals to exit? What were some notes, or what would I do differently next time and why? So, and you'll see here I marked down win or loss, right? And this is just a back testing session before I put any money into this. So this is what I normally do and go about. You can do the same with meme coins, just so you're not risking a lot in the beginning. And this helps you get practice down, right? You're not going to jump into something and be great at it right away. This takes time, and you need to figure out the system and the strategy you're looking for and the filters that work for you, where you can instantly jump in any one of these platforms and be like, okay, I recognize a good coin when I see it. I'm going to jump in at this point and take profit at this point. And that's what you need to practice and get your reps in over and over and over again. So you're basically building your muscle up to start trading meme coins. That is what I first would do. Like I said, make an Excel sheet, do this really simply, put, whatever platform or filters you're testing out, you can write them down here or wherever, and then mark down at the top, hey, what you notice, what you could change, or signals to exit, signals to entry, and how you found the coin. Like, hey, how did I find this great coin? Or why did this coin suck, and how did I find it there? What system is working the best for me? So that's what I would do to start out with. Now let's get into the actual platforms and see the filters I use based on 3 strategies that I trade on and off with depending on the day. So we're first going to start with the least probably riskiest strategy. I'm not going to say this isn't risky because this is meme coin trading. Anything can rug. So always keep that in mind. Be prepared to lose everything. But if we start with GMGN, you're going to see a bunch of tabs at the top if you go there right away. We want to make sure we're on the 1 hour time frame. So make sure you're there. Go to the meme tab, and we're going to do the completed section. So you can think of this as in BullX as well as graduated. They just have different names. So once Memecoin is completed, it's actually on exchanges and stuff like that, so you can see it more. It's not just from like pump.fun or something like that. Anyways, these are the filters I use, and you're going to want to sort these by age. But you should see a lot of coins coming into play. And what you're going to want to do is get on these on a pullback. So if we go to 1 hour volume here, make sure we have greater than 500K selected, hit apply. And this is for the 1 hour time frame. So make sure it doesn't say 1 minute up here. For transactions, go ahead and do greater than 200, apply. For holders, go ahead and do greater than 500. For market cap, do greater than 100K. And then, like I said, you can click this arrow to sort by age. Now, these are higher market cap coins. So I would say they're less riskier in meme coin trading just because they have already hit that 100K market cap. When you're below that 100K market cap, coins are more likely to rug and stuff like that. So just be aware of that. If we sort by this, let's just pull up Martin here since he's the earliest. You're looking for in between that 1 to 2 hour period. You can pull up all of these real easily if you want. As you notice, your brain's probably not as full with all the coins coming in at you like it is with BullX here, just reloading, loading. You know, that takes up a lot of brain space when you're trying to filter out things to find. So if we go ahead, pull up Martin here, let's see how he's doing. We are on the 15-second time frame. You can even go down to the 1 second. But what I like to do is I like to draw, and this is actually perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for. A nice uptrend. So you'll see it connects here. It'll probably, my guess would be come back down to hit one of these spots. So my guess is it will probably come back down to hit a spot somewhere around here where I don't know exactly. But there's nice volume flowing through. You'll notice by how fast it's moving, and you'll just select your fib retracement here and drag and hold down to the beginning of the timeline. So as you can see, it hit perfectly with the 0.236. So we would have got in there and it would have came up there. That would have been an awesome trade for a nice 4 to 5x. As you can see there, the biggest thing with these two is you want to see the amount of volume coming into it. So you'll see this is loading second after second, right? Once the volume starts slowing down, you're going to see the price start to tank. So now we're hitting like a higher low here, and either it's going to tank right after this or shoot up. So you got a lot of resistance here. If you draw your support and resistance lines, you know, this looks like a big area, and it's going to have to try to make its way through that, which could be difficult, and you already have a higher low. So I guess we'll see what this does. We'll come back to it. But this is the first thing I like to do is just filter through GMGN here, and these are less risky coins because they're already completed. They have made it past the 100K market cap, things like that. And if they still have volume coming in, that's what we filtered out with the transactions and the volume here, then that's great. This is a good point to start from because you're not looking at so many things at once and your brain can't process all that information. So if you're starting from a simple point, go ahead and do this. And the next one we will move on to are more, I would say, volume-based plays. And with these volume-based plays, you're going to have to be very careful. These are ruggers. They can rug on you. You're going to have to get in and out really quick. But what I do is I go to Explore in BullX here, and we can filter these. I'll just pull up my filters so you guys can see them here, and I'll show you the settings I use here on a regular basis, and feel free to adjust these. Nothing is set in stone with these are the magical key to all. This is just what I do and what I found has worked for me. So the volume I have set as 2,500, the market cap at 9,000, transactions at 10, buys at 5, and sells at 5. You know, if you wanted to experiment, you could even go down to a market cap of like 5,000 or maybe volume of 1,500. Remember, the more volume, the better on a coin. We also have with at least one social and freeze auth disable checked. So once you have those in, go ahead, hit apply. And what I like to do is I like to look for these blue ones here. Blue, yellow. And once again, any of these you pull up can be a rug. You just got to kind of take a look at a chart and tell. So as you can tell here, this is definitely a rug. And a key you could have told from that is this is probably way too much. Just 53 million market cap right off the bat. I doubt it. We're under new pairs. So you do got to be careful with these. Maybe this one is good, maybe not. This one actually doesn't look too bad. So we got a nice little uptrend going. Now might be even a good place to get into. You'll notice I'm on the 1 second time frame here. So once again, grab your fib retracement, go from top to bottom. And this is backwards of what a lot of people do. Some people will do bottom to top, but this is just what I do. There's that 0.236 level. That's probably what I'm looking for, especially since it lines up with the support here. But once again, we'll come back to this one, see if it hits it or not and pops back up. This coin doesn't look too bad. We're getting some transactions in. I also like to look at the number of souls they're buying. So if we see like 3 or more SOL, I would say from buyers, it's probably pretty good. This right now isn't looking too good just because it's like 0.02, 0.025. And you notice the volume is slowing down even, right? We're getting 3 second, 4 second, 9 second. It's kind of spacing out. So it's probably going to drop further. But let's pull up Doge here. Probably a rug would be my guess. There's been too many of these lately. Yep. Done. There's 2 of these, so probably not good, would be my guess. That was probably our best hit, and it looks like it's stalling out now. So you do have to be very careful with these. Everyone's kind of selling. That's why I was just kind of watching it. That's why sometimes these are a better play. You'll see it tanked right past our trend line, so I wouldn't want to get into it yet. You wouldn't want to hit the 0.236 level. It might just rug out. So if you would have grabbed one of these first big pump ups, you could have got in and out pretty good. You really got to watch the third ones just because they tend to rug out. So this one came down, hit 0.236. If we draw our fib up to here, this one also came down, hit our 0.236 and went up there. So even if you would have made it right here, let's say, what is this? Right at our 0.618. So that's probably a 5 or 6x at that 1.618 level. And that's where I've seen a lot of these coins you want to take profit at, because then they'll usually dip after that. You will have some runners. So if you want to keep a moon bag, you can go ahead and do that. But that's where I normally like to take profits, and this one's just rugging out now. But like I said, you can tell that from all the sells coming in and things like that. You want to make sure you have a high amount. You want like 2 or 3 SOL in here, so probably like 400, 500, and you want some big buys on it. If you're not getting big buys in there, it'll probably tank. So you do have a $250 buy. This guy's probably really gambling, but it could shoot up here for another wave up towards even this trend line, maybe bounce off and hit it again. But back to this pair here. Didn't quite hit our 0.236. It hit another area, which is normally good, which is the 0.5. So you got to kind of play with these numbers and see where your resistant levels are at. I thought it would hit here just because of this big support level here, but it did not. So let's say you got in on this on 0.5. I'm usually aiming for that 0.236, but you'd be up a 2x right now. And you're going to have resistance at the top. If it breaks through that resistance, you're probably pretty good. And then once it hits that 1.618, I'd be taking off profits. Maybe not all, but some I would definitely take off. See, there's a 3 SOL buy. That's good news. Once again, watch those buys there and then proceed from there. Another good area to exit out of is if it crosses over the MACD. So this might be a good exit area. It's hard to tell in the 1 second, but if you pop over to a higher time frame like the 1 minute, we can see exactly what this looks like. And you're not going to have a MACD yet because I forgot we're on BullX and it's so new. But this could pop up. We're at 150K right now. I'd say even to the 500K mark, maybe 400, 450. You'll notice this 2.272 lines up pretty good with 400. So it could go all the way up there. We will come back to this and see. The third platform I use, or third strategy here, is Define.Fi. I use this instead of Dex Screener now just because it filters. It's more organic, and it actually filters out a lot of these paid advertisement coins that usually don't do a whole lot and are completely BS. So you'll see these boosts on here, and basically all these Memecoin or devs are paying for these extra boosts to get their coins to hit number 1 on Dex Screener. So Define.Fi actually filters out all that BS. And what I do is I come over, make sure you select the Solana chain if you're trading Solana, and we can see what the top performers are for volume overall. So we can either select volume there, or you can go to the preset here, and you'll notice it automatically applies 2 filters for you, 25,000 liquidity and then 50 transactions. I also like to sort this. Obviously, you'll see 5 months here, 5 months here. So really, we want to put the age within the last, hour at most, I would say, if we're doing volume plays. Like I said, we're trying to build your account up right now. So you got to be in and out of plays pretty quickly. So if we go ahead and sort this, and what I sometimes will do is sort by the number of traders or something like that, or the just pure age. And you can see this one came out a minute ago, has 86 traders, has 116 transactions go through. It's right at the 50K mark, but it's down overall. So it's probably just rugging out here, or maybe it was a rug. I have no idea. We'll pull it up and see. Yep. So completely crap, but you can tell that by all these red numbers here and stuff like that. So let's just move to the next one here. I think I've seen enough Baron. If you see like a creative name too, sometimes that'll get people to click. You have to think of what people would like to click on. That'll grab their attention. So official Trump cartoon, this one just popped up. But let's go in here. So this one actually looks pretty good. We got some buys. We got a lot of volume coming in, as long as it doesn't rug out here, I guess. What I really want to see, so here's all the sells. What I really want to see, like I said, is hopefully above a 3 soul play, which I'm just not seeing right now. There's a 13 soul, so this might actually be okay. And if you draw a line even, this might be a good area to enter. Oh, it already popped up. So you got to be fairly quickly on these, but even if we were to draw our fib here, you can see it lined up with that 0.5 if it were to drop down there. Will it? I don't know. Another good mark is 0.786 if something's moving pretty quickly. So I guess we'll see here. This actually may be a rug because the transactions stopped coming through. We can even copy this address into GMGN and just see. I just find GMGN's a lot easier to read the count of holders and stuff like that. So yeah, top 10, we're at 57.9. That's probably not too good. There's no blue chips or anything like that. So this one's probably going to rug out pretty quickly. You're going to have to be careful on this one. If you would have cut it here and went up, good luck. Otherwise, this is a fairly risky trade. You're going to have to be in and out of this one real quick, I would say, with this top 10 here. But we'll go ahead and we'll see what it does. Not sure why it's not moving up on this chart. If we go back here, so I think OnlyFans did all right. This one did good as well. I had this one pulled up purely because I saw the amount of transactions and the amount of traders. So you notice there's like 2,400 traders. You have to think of all the buyers and sellers coming into these coins. So the more buyers and sellers you have, the more likely the volume's going to go up and things like that. So if we open up Doge here, and this one I actually had open, but I'm on the 1 second. So it did pop up. Oh yeah, I had it open a while ago. So this is on the 1 second time frame. It came down, touched that 0.618 level. Like I said, these are all a bunch of levels to play with. You'll notice though, there was a lot of resistance at that level, so be careful of that. So I'll just circle that resistance here. This could have been your indication that this might be a better level to buy at. Let's say you did enter around somewhere around here and got that play, and you'd be in for an easy 3 or 4x there. Did commit and hit that 2.618 this time, which is kind of nice. You just got in at an earlier time, so that would have been a 3x. But if we go back to Define, we'll see there's another Elon. So if you start seeing kind of the same narrative again and again, people get tired of it, just like anything. So if you do see something like new pop up that you think people will click, that's something to pay attention to as well. But those are just a couple of my tips and tricks. If you guys do have questions about this, please let me know in the comments below. I will have more videos coming out. Some are basic and some aren't. Some are a little technical analysis. I plan on getting into more altcoins as well. So if you guys are into altcoins too, those are a little bit less risky than meme coins. Crypto and risky is general, but stay safe out there, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.